This is the 1/72 scale T-54B kit by Ammo. It comes in a small box that is full of parts. Including reference photos, instructions as usual, and 8 different paint schemes. It's beautifully moulded with fine sprue connections on the delicate components. Jigs are provided to help with making the tracks. Although the hull hatch is moulded shut, those on the turret are separate parts. There's a metal tow cable, a simple etch sheet, and a lot of decals. We start by adding the front plate and then assembling pairs of wheels. Keeping an eye on the front two, which are slightly different. The sprockets are thoughtfully attached and easy to clean up. You need to make sure the wheels go on straight and set straight. We start the tracks by adding the sprocket and idler to the jig, then cementing lengths of track to each other and to those wheels, making sure they don't stick to the jig. This does get quite fiddly, needing lots of checking, patience, and maybe the occasional mishap. With the track setting, we clean up the whole top. This is applying some damage to the fenders. Then we start masking, ready for the first coat of primer. This is removing the part-made tracks from the jigs. Note the masking tape was used to stop them from sticking together. Then those two are cleaned up and prepared for priming. With these parts primed black, the tyres are masked. And now we move to detailing the hull. Lots of separate parts build up to produce an impressive appearance. This is another jig. This time it's to help create the metal cage around the front light. With the hull base coated in green, the tape can come off the tyres. Now the tracks can start to go on. The bottom run is added separately. There's a lot of adjustment, including adding an extra link to the tracks, for which there's plenty of spares, then it's weighted down to set overnight. The wheels and body are masked off so that the tracks can be painted. The top run is fixed down to the wheels to give this slack track appearance, like this T-55. The hull goes together without any problems. One of the rear track guards is shortened and drilled to simulate some damage. I didn't want to use the beam and the rear fuel tanks, so the holes on the backplate were filled in. Then tiny brackets were fabricated from plastic card and added to the top of the plate. Now moving to the turret, it was roughed up a bit for a cast look, but perhaps not quite enough. If you want handles on the insides of the open hatches, then you need to make them yourself. The machine gun was modified to give it the twin mounting bars instead of the solid single piece provided in the kit. The turret grab handles are well moulded but very delicate, so two of them had to be replaced with wire. The ends of the tow cables need drilling out so that the metal cable will fit. This is a tiny tube being added as an aerial mount. The gun tube cleans up perfectly, and in my view there's no need to replace it with a metal one. Now the other turret hatch gets its handles made and added. The turret is now primed and then painted green, along with the now completed hull. Camouflage shades of buff and desert yellow are applied over the chipping fluid. Thinned enamel paint is used for pin washing. And enamel is also used to retouch the tyres and paint the tow cables. Tiny chipping is done with acrylic paint and reshaped with a cocktail stick. Tamiya acrylic, thinned with water and detergent, is used for the dust, thanks to Mr. Nightshift for the recipe. Now we're finishing off the turret, including metal pigments around the hatches and the machine gun. This photo was used to get the cat whisker aerial the right length, and it was then fixed into that tube that I added earlier. Now the turret and the hull come together, and that's it. It's a very well designed kit, detailed yet relatively simple to build.